Hey guys, it's Doc, and today I'm just going to do a little update on the new organic fertilizer we've been talking about. So hold on one sec. Hey guys, real quick, I wanted to let you know a few things about this organic fertilizer that I've been talking about. We're going to have our new Bermuda grass calendar out probably here within the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's going to be a couple things on it. Number one, we're going to have a video. We're going to have a downloadable sort of chart that you can do that sort of triggers you to remind you what you need to do and when you need to do it. Plus, we'll have a detailed breakdown on the website, howtowithdoc.com. So I've got a bunch of different stuff going on. As far as the new organic, which is a 712, basically it's 100% organic. We're in the process right now. I was fortunate enough to actually have some sent to me by the company. We're doing test plots on it now. I really don't want you guys putting it out right now. I still want you to wait. We're gonna have you guys put it down in September as sort of the final feeding, and that'll take you into your fall feeding. Plus, right now, if you're gonna put anything out, you should probably be putting down the liquid lawn. Liquid lawn is probably what you should be putting down now because you can control when it goes down. But I am doing some test strips, and today I'm going to show you, I'm putting down a test strip on the grassy knoll that we have back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm putting down a heavy coat of this organic on one strip, and I'm going to go on the website. What I'm going to do on the website is I'm going to take a series of pictures. I'm going to do it day by day, or whenever I see a change on that knoll, I'm going to go ahead and post a picture on the website so you can sort of watch the progression of it to see, hey, what's going on with it in 3 days, 6 days, 2 weeks, that kind of thing. Also, I'm getting ready to put some down on my front yard and on another yard over here. So we're doing a few different things with that. Anyways, that's about it. I'll just show you what I'm doing back here and show you a preview of this new fertilizer. Okay, so here's the area that I'm going to be doing my test on right now. This is the grassy knoll. There's an unstained pole right here, and what I plan to do is I plan to fertilize an area to the next stained pole and the next stained pole over here. So we're going to do a sort of in the middle here. We're going to put down a pretty decent coat of this, and I'm going to monitor this every few days. I'll take a picture over the next couple weeks, and we'll see what this does to it. So I got a little bit left in the spreader, and trying to think where I'm going to put it. I don't know if I want to. Where could I actually see results? I might just throw it in my garden, to be honest. Actually, you know what? Let me put it on my flowers over here. All right. So in this flower garden, I originally had some mums, and the mums grew up massively. They just overtook it. So I basically ripped out the mums because it was too much. You can see I still have one over here. It's just they got just massive. So what I did was I actually stole some wild growing flowers that I found over the fence, actually. So just last week, or the past 2 weeks, I've been coming in here and sticking in smaller, because it's just, the mums were huge. They were like 3 feet tall. So I actually cut the mums back in some places. I cut them all the way back. And then I grabbed these. These little things here were actually growing wild over the fence from last year, I guess. And look at them. They're coming up beautiful. Same with these. This plant was about that tall. I found it over the fence where we had thrown some old dirt over the fence, and look at it. I grabbed it and replanted it. So we've been replanting this low in here, and I'm going to cut back this ugly big old mum. I mean, it's blooming, it's pretty, but it's just too big. Look at that. See these things right here? Let me show you where I got those from. Let me see if I can find one. It's just a piece of junk growing over on the side. Same thing over here. See it growing out of the cement. See it growing out of the cement. These are from last year, actually. And I grabbed them and stuck them in the garden. Look at them. They're absolutely gorgeous now. And these things grow out these red little fuzzy things like the orange ones do. So I'm going to fertilize this with that fertilizer. Again, you don't have to worry about this stuff because it's all organic. And then I'll just water it down in. This is a great place for this stuff because there's lots of microbes going on in this garden. Too many. I don't mind the dogs being around this stuff because, like I said, I think I can eat this. I gotta find that out. So I'm gonna come over here. Put it inside this plant. This plant has not been fed all year. It's just a potted plant. So I'm gonna just dump a whole bunch in here. Go over to the hibiscus. Put a bunch on the hibiscus. Again, testing. Where else can we put? Woohoo! Doc's in testing mode. Look out! Heck, we can put it in the trees. Put it on the trees. These trees have they came out and actually bloomed a little bit. I want to bloom more. So let's put this on the tree. So I'm going to cut in here real quick and just make a note that I forgot to do earlier, which is your particle per square inch count, which to me is pretty important. Normally when you use a fertilizer like a 3002 or a 3000, your particle, when you put it on, let's say you're supposed to put on number 4, the particles that are coming out are a very low count. This fertilizer, you actually put a very high particle count on your ground. And let me explain that for a sec. Let me use one of these steps as an example. So if I were to run my fertilizer over this, one of the things I would find is that as I came over here with like a 3000, I might see a pellet, a pellet, and a pellet, and a pellet. I might see 4 or 5 pellets on this one square. So that little pellet, that little pellet, and that little pellet are supposed to fertilize this entire area. And that just doesn't make sense. That's why I wanted a lower, like a 512 or 712 fertilizer, where you put out a higher pellet volume. So your particle per square inch. So if I were to run it over here now, I'd see this whole thing would be covered with particles. Does that make sense? So now I've had every inch, I'd probably have a particle sitting here feeding all the grass that was in this area versus say 6 or 8 particles. And that's the problem I've found with a lot of your granulars, is that the particle count per square inch is so low with something like a 3000 or even a 2501 or something like that, is that there just aren't a lot of particles in here. Number one, that's why I like a spray. But number 2, that's why I like a granular, where you put out a high volume. That's one of the reasons why Milorganite is popular. So that was just a quick note I wanted to point out. And you can see that in this video. In that video, the slow motion of this spreader as it's coming along, you can see that the number of particles coming out is very high. Alright, so let me go over the test strips with you in a summary so you understand what I'm doing. The first test thing I'm doing is I'm doing my entire front yard. But that won't really give me variance basis points, so I'm doing some test strips too. So I just put it out on my front yard. And again, you can see it. You can see it actually sitting in the grass right there. You can see some of the granules, and they just knock right down in. As soon as it rains, they'll just knock right down in. So here's another test strip. All right, let's go over to Barb's. I'm using this tree again as my reference point. So you can see the wheels of the spreader right here probably. So I went up and I went back pretty heavy. So we got about a 8 to 10 foot swath in here that I put down, and the rest of the lawn doesn't have it. So that'll be a good test. We'll take pictures of that. Okay, so one other place we're doing it is we're doing it on Sarah's lawn over here. I'll run down there, shoot that, and then we're also going to be putting it on the world's worst Bermuda lawn, which is a rehab project that I'm doing. All right, so we just applied it to Sarah's lawn over here last week, and we haven't had any rain since I've applied it. I applied it during a drought. So this lawn, we just got our first decent rain yesterday. So I would say starting today is when we would start to see some results. So I'm going to watch this lawn, and we're going to see what happens with this whole lawn out here over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll monitor this as well too. So one other thing that I've done is I've also tried here's my deer sprinkler going off. So one other thing that we're trying to do too is I'm trying to see if I can burn something. And I already put down a coat of fertilizer in here. And then what I did was I picked a strip. See this little cypress that's right here? All right, so I put about a 2-foot strip in here that I put 5 times the recommended amount. So this strip right here has 5 times the recommended amount of the fertilizer on it. I mean, if you probably went in there, you could probably see it. You can probably see yellow in there. Look at it. See? Can you see how you think I didn't put it down heavy? Look at it. Look how heavy I put it down here. It is just all in here. So, again, I'd say 5 to 10 times the recommended amount. Main thing I'm trying to do is to kind of prove to point of, if I were to put down 5 to 10 times the recommended amount of regular granular fertilizer, this whole strip would be burn out brown in about 4 days, 5 days. So let's see what happens. Am I going to have a big brown strip there? Maybe so, because 10 times the normal amount. That's what we do here on Doc's channel. We have fun. We test. We're going to find out. And one special note that I want to put on this video is I don't knock other products. That's not what I do. If you know anything about me, I don't talk bad about other products. I talk positively about good products. But I am going to say this. I had a really good phone call with the territory manager of this product and the original inventor of this product, who now is basically retired. And he brought up a great point, not only talking about the benefits of this product, especially the amino acids, the 712 mixture, the fact that it's actually OMRI listed as an organic, which not many products are. It's 100% organic. But we were talking about bio-waste products. In other words, whether it be a manure or human waste refined or whatever waste refined products. And he made a very, very funny point to me. He said, in the fertilizer industry, we've just come to one simple conclusion. What do you want to put on your lawn where your family lives, where your children are playing and when your pets are and where you are? What end of the cow do you want to put on your lawn? Do you want to put what goes in its mouth, or do you want to put what comes out the butt? And that's basically what kind of changed my mind on this. I'm not going to put any more bio-waste products on my lawn. I don't care where it comes from, whether it's from animal, human, whatever. I'm not going to do it anymore. There's no way to control, as he said, there's no way to exactly control what's coming out of people and animals. There is a way to control what you put in as far as plant-based fertilizers. And I thought that was great. That was a great point. So here's what you need to do is go to the website, look for this video. I'll put a link down in the description below to the page where this video is going to be posted. I will put update pictures over the next few weeks. I'll be snapping some pictures and doing some written updates on it. I'll also have a link over to the granular to this product on that page when it becomes available. Again, this product is only available retail to the public because I contacted the manufacturer and requested them to list it on Amazon for me and for you guys. That means that they have to go through a whole special labeling process. So they have to go through a special labeling process to make sure that it complies with all the policies, and that's why it's taken so long. It's not like it takes them 3 weeks to ship it there. It's the labeling process. So keep checking back for that link, and we'll also post updates too. So if there's different size bags, make sure you come back to that page. Look for the granular, the organic fertilizer. Again, this is a fall treatment we'll be doing here in September. Don't forget the liquid lawn. Don't forget the Humic DG. The Humic DG, if you haven't read about the Humic DG, Put Humid-DG down now on your lawn. But anyways, subscribe. You don't want to miss any of these videos coming up. Like this video. Don't like this video. Hate this video. I think there's a hate button. Push hate. I don't care. Just push one of them. I'll talk to you later, guys. I'll keep you updated. Doc.